Hello, I'm Dan Rather, and welcome to the CBS Evening News Online edition. Just ahead, an FDA scientist says the agency won't let him go public with a study that may reveal new heart attack risks in Vioxx, Celebrex, and other drugs. What's going on? We'll report to you the details. Also, we'll give you a look at the West's wild weather. Is or is not El Nino making a return appearance? And it's all the rage. You've never seen customized wheels like the ones we'll show you. It's all starting now on the CBS Evening News Online edition. The Food and Drug Administration announced today it is setting up what it calls an independent board to monitor the safety of prescription drugs. This follows a number of cases in which drugs the agency said were safe turned out not to be. Will this new plan work? Some seriously doubt it, including one of the FDA's own medical experts. CBS's Cheryl Atkinson is our Washington bureau tonight with more about this whistleblower and the new FDA board. Cheryl?
Dan, it is a direct response to all the heat the FDA has gotten for supposedly ignoring, even suppressing, its own scientist safety concerns. The independent FDA Drug Safety Board will have one main priority: exposing dangers of drugs once they hit the market, an area where critics say the FDA too often fails. But even as the new safety board was being announced, more possible drug dangers are being suppressed at FDA, at least according to FDA scientist David Graham. Dr. Graham blew the whistle on his FDA bosses before Congress last fall for silencing him and his colleagues on the risks of Vioxx and other drugs. At issue now is what managers will let him tell FDA advisors meeting this week about the heart risks of popular painkillers.
You have told FDA management you have important findings that ought to be presented.
Correct.
But in your opinion, they haven't told you that you may.
No, what they have told me is that I may not. They've told me that I dare not. They've told me that you will not.
What FDA advisors will not hear about is the new study Graham just finished with a doctor at Stanford University, the largest of its kind. It covers not only Vioxx, but also alternatives like Celebrex and Mobic, and reportedly exposes new heart risks. The FDA wouldn't agree to an interview, but told CBS News Dr. Graham can present his study if he wants to. He believes if he does, he'll be fired for insubordination.
If you have important information, why should you be asking to present it? Shouldn't your bosses be compelling you to present this?
You would think that if FDA were working for the public and were interested in drug safety, that would be their exact reaction.
It's just one reason why FDA critics say even with an independent drug safety board, there's more work to be done to reform the FDA. One senator is drafting legislation to give Dr. Graham's drug safety office at FDA more independence and authority.
Getting the blame for the rain and a lot of other unusual weather is the possible return of El Nino, that area of warm weather out in the Pacific Ocean that can affect the weather thousands of miles away. CBS's John Blackstone gives you the inside story.
In the Cascade Mountains above Seattle, it's another beautiful sunny day. Too beautiful. The bare patches on the mountain tell the story of a strangely warm winter in the Pacific Northwest.
Everybody is suffering this year due to Mother Nature.
Most ski resorts are closed, restaurants empty, hotels deserted.
What do you got for tonight?
Tonight, we have nobody.
The lack of business, the lack of snow is blamed on El Nino.
Meteorologists say this is a weak El Nino.
It may be weak to them, but our season's shot, and now we're going to have to scramble for the rest of the year.
El Nino can turn the weather upside down, leaving the Northwest relatively dry while drenching California, where mudslides this winter recalled the devastation of the strong El Nino of 1998. But even then, there was skiing in the Cascades.
You've been patching and filling, trying to get snow up here, but the chairlifts are turned off.
It definitely is an odd year.
The same El Nino weather pattern that has left the Pacific Northwest waiting and hoping for snow showers is delivering rain showers to the desert. This is Death Valley, colorful with wildflowers and soaking in El Nino-powered rain.
Visitors are soaking too.
This is just gorgeous.
And soaking up the rare beauty of the desert in bloom.
I mean, this is just, manna from heaven.
Death Valley's had 5 inches of rain so far this year. Usually it gets just 2.
Rain, rain, and more rain. Record rains.
And that, says Park Ranger Charlie Callaghan, will make this year's wildflowers even more bountiful than the El Nino of 1998.
It's early February, and my God, look at the flowers around us. Unbelievable.
So in Death Valley, they're looking forward to a flood of tourists. But in the Cascades,
The phones are ringing off the hook.
Not really.
they're hoping some new snow this week shows this El Nino is fading, and guests will soon be returning.
There's one guy in the lobby right
One
now,
guy hanging out in the
and
lobby.
he hangs around all the time.
John Blackstone, CBS News, Snoqualmie, Washington.
We end tonight with news of this never-ending love affair with wheels and proof from CBS Mark Strassman that you're never too old to fall in love again.
To get respect on the road, your ride's gotta have pizzazz. Some sizzle.
Fit 7 in the house.
Practically growl for everyone's attention. Like these souped-up,
High-speed rear end.
tricked out,
This is it.
wildly expensive golf carts.
Cool.
The latest craze for many seniors in retirement communities like this one.
I got a horn.
John McWaters is a retired 2-star general, and this is his ramblin' wreck from Georgia Tech.
Well, I feel like I'm a freshman at Georgia Tech all over again.
Cruising for babes?
Yeah.
This is not your father's golf cart. Well, okay, actually it is. It is your father's golf cart. Apparently, America's fascination with the wheels we drive has no age limit.
You got the tilt wheel, self-canceling turn signals, high beam, low beam headlights.
You got it all.
I got it all.
Owners are emphatic on one point. This is a golf car, not a golf cart.
Do you even golf?
No.
Don't even golf.
No, we just eat and ride around.
And putt-putting around costs dough. These golf cars can sticker for more than 20 grand.
You travel around and you're in an open environment where people can see you and say, hey, nice car.
It's a 1934 Ford Street Rod, custom made.
Custom made.
That's right.
Lily Lipscomb's new Flame is worth every penny.
Drive great.
Nothing she's ever owned has been such an attention grabber.
Just something different.
You're not bashful, are you?
Not too bad.
To really make a statement, it's not the size of the car in the show.
What's under the hood?
It's got a small V8. A little spicy hot.
But the size of the show in the car. Mark Strassman, CBS News, The Villages, Florida.
More stories are just a click away. But be sure to join me on television for the on-air edition of the CBS Evening News. On Wednesday's broadcast, the plight of the uninsured. Did you know that people without health insurance are routinely charged much more for treatment than those with insurance? Eye on America investigates why. For CBSNews.com, I'm Dan Rather.